snakes are extremely venomous.
They kill anybody that dares venture to the island.
This one beach alone accounts for 1/3 of all shark attacks in the world.
Really?
Ow, come on. What is that color, dudes?
Melted nacho cheese. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, dynamite intro, Mrs. Lush. Join us today as we look at some of the most dangerous places on planet Earth. And I love this. The team put together a list, and the first one is titled Cracolandia in Sao Paulo city center, where crackheads try to break into moving cars to steal things.
Okay, this is taking a different turn than I was anticipating.
Going in blind, but let's take a look. So, city street. Okay, we're just smashing out headlights now? Dude, what? Honestly, this is gonna be New York before very long, probably.
Oh gosh.
Should we just scratch this idea and talk about immigration? Okay, that's a little sketch, dude. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what took you so long, bro. Just hit the gas, honestly.
Jeez Louise.
All right, honey, if you could pull up the notepad on that we've been accumulating notes for our trip to Sao Paulo. Just write avoid Cracolândia, please. That'd be great. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we just don't get a rental car. Although you probably get robbed on public transit too. Who knows? I mean, maybe there's more context than this video is giving us, but that's certainly not an alley I would like to drive down. Cracolândia. So everyone's heard of Death Valley National Park, right?
This place in California has the hottest, driest, and lowest elevation of any point in North America.
Huh.
It's called Death Valley.
Yeah.
Death Valley is a national park in California, USA. It's known for its extreme heat, inhospitable conditions, and rare natural features.
The mouse click sound effect, unnecessary. For me, my viewing experience, personally. A little bit of a...
The average temperature in Death Valley is 109 degrees Fahrenheit, and the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The park is also home to a variety of other extreme features, including Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America, and Downs View, which offers panoramic views of the valley.
Now, fortunately, that's not on our list of places to visit, like Cracolandia is. So we can stay out of Death Valley. I've heard a bunch of stuff, like, other than, like, it's like...
I knew it existed, but I have not
There's never a reason to go there, so... I've never been really close to a volcano.
Oh, dear.
But I've seen a million videos at this point of, like, places where you, as a tourist, can go and look at the, you know, the perimeter of an active volcano.
This hole in the ground has been burning non-stop for the past 50 years. And nobody knows exactly why. This is called the Gates of Hell, and you can find it in Turkmenistan. It's about the size of a football
I've heard of this too.
98 foot deep. And the story is that a group of Soviet scientists once saw this crater and decided to dig it in search of oil. But then the crater collapsed and it started to emit crazy dangerous gases. So they set it on fire, hoping to get the oil. Except the fire never stopped. And a random fact is that their former president once drove around it for a cool shot. Anyway, now we're left with a massive hell on Earth. And so?
I've never heard of Turkmenistan.
You've never heard of Turkmenistan?
No.
It's like right outside of Russia. It's like
Never.
Yeah.
You know me and my geography.
I am a geography dude, so yeah, it's right next to Afghanistan,
Okay.
Uzbekistan, and of course Tajikistan, which is another place on our list to visit.
Okay, well I know about Kazakhstan from Borat.
Yeah, there you go.
This is my country of Kazakhstan.
There's a lot of stans over there.
Yeah.
It's all just stans.
There it is.
Yeah, there's Kazakhstan. That is a big ass boy. I didn't know how big
I
Kazakhstan
didn't either,
was.
actually. And I got my geography lesson for the day.
That being said, the hell on Earth, I'm curious. I imagine there's just like, it's just some sort of gases seeping up from the Earth's crust or core that once ignited probably won't go out, and the Earth is very big, so there's just I mean, they call it natural gas for a reason, right? Because it comes from the Earth. Seems like a cool place to visit. Oh my God.
21 miles or 33 kilometers off the Brazilian coast appears to be a beautiful island in the Atlantic Ocean. This tropical island is named Quimada Grande, or more famously known as...
Snake Island.
Quimada Grande.
Excuse you?
That's what I named my pet. Quimada Paquito.
Snake Island.
Hey, you
This
said it.
island is known as Snake Island because of the insane amount of snakes that live on the island. Shocking, I know. The island is fairly small in size, just 106 acres,
he
which is
said.
roughly the same size as Disney World's Magic Kingdom, or 80
that's relatable to me. Thank you. Thank you.
On this island, there is roughly one snake for every square meter.
Wow.
This means that on average, for every 2 steps you take, you'll be walking over a snake. If you zoom out to the entire island, there is said to be roughly 4,000 deadly snakes living on this very one island. These aren't just any kind of snakes, though. The most common snake on this island is the golden lancehead vipers, and these snakes are extremely venomous. The golden lanceheads have killed just about anyone who has attempted to survive on the island.
I mean, that's a little bit of a bold claim, I think, right?
They kill anybody that
First of
dares
all,
venture to the island.
who's going to Snake Island willingly? That's ridiculous. Definitely not a place Indiana Jones would go.
Why did it have to be snakes?
You don't get that joke? It's fine. I know some of you do. Thank you for listening. Talk to the hand if you don't know my Indiana Jones references. Thank you very much. Best tour for Death Road in Bolivia.
Road in the world. Today we're biking Death Road in La Paz, Bolivia. The name says it all, and this is the fit, so that we're extra protected. If you haven't heard of Death Road, it's the most dangerous transit route in the world where the most amount of deaths have occurred. Why is it so dangerous? The road is super narrow, very pebbly, it's normally surrounded by fog, as you can see, and there's also little waterfalls which make it wet and slippery.
Oh, good.
It takes about 5 hours to bike all the way from the top to the bottom, and although it is very narrow, it is safe for bikes if you're careful. About halfway, you reach this landslide where you have to carry your bike across, but the guides do help you, so don't worry. I really recommend it. It is scary, but it is safe if you're careful. At the end, you finish off with this amazing buffet, and everyone in our group was super safe. I'm happy I survived.
Okay, so I was gonna be like, why would you do that? And then I saw the buffet. Sign me up, baby.
Oh, there's food after 4 or 5 hours?
Line item
Sure.
number 4, buffet on Death Road. Number 5, continue to avoid Cracolândia. I will say, biking that, sure, but it looks like a road where like cars drive. It's guardrails and stuff. Probably. Oh, 100%. Come on.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. There are tourists there to see Death Road, so they're going to bike it. Certainly, that's probably a place that cars drive, and the reason so many people have died is because maybe there's been accidents in that regard, slipping off the road or something. That would be my guess. I don't know. Do you know what a maelstrom is?
No.
Yes, hello, I went down a rabbit hole. Regarding the most powerful whirlpool in the
Relatable.
world. A basic whirlpool is a rotating body of water. When it gets to be giant, it's called a maelstrom.
So cool.
And the largest maelstroms in the world are located in Norway, amongst the fjords, located in this narrow strait.
That is also where Queen Elsa is from. Yeah, that's right next to Arendelle. Yeah, Norway and then Arendelle and then Turkmenistan.
Wow.
And right below that is Cracolândia. I love geography.
You have your own map going in your brain.
I love geography, yep.
These are the Saltstraumen whirlpools, or maelstroms.
So don't go swimming there?
110 billion gallons of seawater is being forced through this narrow strait. We're talking about 490 feet across. These powerful whirlpools appear every 6 hours when the tide comes in. This natural phenomenon has only been around for 200 to 300 years. Before that, the area was different because of post-glacial rebound. The currents here are traveling at about 26 miles an hour.
Wow.
A human would definitely die if they fell in.
yeah.
So can you please explain to me why these rowers thought this was a good idea?
In the right boat, you could handle that, but certainly nobody's going to want to be jumping off of this bridge into that water. You know the Route 1 bridge in Newburyport, like near where I grew up? It used to be famous for people jumping off it. My brother actually did when he was a kid. And there was always stories of like people getting caught in like an undertow or a whirlpool, and it's the same idea where like a river is opening into the ocean, which is what that is there. Depending on how the tides work, when the water is like, the tide's coming in, but the water's emptying into the ocean, when you have the two things going, it just creates this crazy thing. And if you get caught in it, see you later. So there was always horror stories of like, I just remember as a kid, like, don't jump in, this kid drowned
So your
because he
brother
got caught
did
in the water. Yeah, exactly.
Nice one, Matt.
Classic.
The moment you step into this cave, a clock begins ticking.
Okay, this is
Don't leave in time,
badass.
you die.
For Christ's sake. With the drama.
The drama. It's the internet. What do you expect?
I mean, listen, we got to... You gotta have people stay on your video before clicking off, so out of courtesy, I'll stay. But I get it. You could have just hit me.
2000, miners in Mexico drilled into a fault line and uncovered an underwater cave filled with gargantuan crystals.
That's salt?
Researchers returned to the cave, drained it, and began studying the massive pillar-like formations. But there was one problem. The cave, situated above a magma chamber, remained near 136 degrees Fahrenheit with a humidity level between 90 and 99%. This means that no human can survive for more than 10 minutes without protective gear, and even with gear, 30 minutes is the maximum safe limit of exposure to these inhospitable conditions. The chemical composition of the cave, plus heat and time, is what allowed the crystals to grow so large, taking at least 500,000 years to form. The largest crystal in the cave is 37 feet long and took over 1 million years to form. This cavern came to be known as the Cave of the Crystals. If you like my content, hit the like button.
That to me is very interesting. I love stuff like that.
That's crazy. So yeah, what are those?
I have no idea what they're made out of. Some sort of carbon composite, something that takes millions of years based on like high heat and pressure and very cool sciencey things.
Yes, science!
The city of Wittenoom with an asbestos mine. This is funny. Well, not funny, but asbestos is a big thing in the United States when you're shopping for houses because a lot of materials that were used to make houses.
This small town was practically built on nuclear waste. A large mining operation resulted in 3 million M2 of uranium being excavated and then simply buried, contaminating the region's water, specifically the Melusu River. Contaminated water has led to higher rates of cancer, typhoid fever, and birth anomalies. Between 2006 and 2015, of the 235 people diagnosed with cancer, 197 died. If you ever visit Melusu, make sure to bring your own water and food supplies to avoid exposure to additional radioactive substances.
I mean, that could probably be true for there's so many parts in the world that are probably contaminated because of different types of nuclear waste or like accidents. Obviously, like Chernobyl was one of the most famous ones, and now it's just like, I think it's still uninhabitable, honestly, all these years later. It's just like a ghost town. By the way, the show on HBO, Chernobyl, unbelievable show.
Really?
Yeah, and pretty accurate to history as far as what I can tell, but really liked it. But I went down a rabbit hole one time with my friend, Nerd City, when I was in Florida visiting him for a boxing fight. There's a lot of content on the internet about people that have gotten radiation poisoning. It's just like cell death, and it's like your shit just crumbles and decay. It's really gross.
That's quite the rabbit hole.
There was one crazy video of like this kid found what they thought was like a cool toy, and they brought it home and they like played with it and stuff like that, and it ended up being like a piece of some sort of like some sort of uranium something. And then there was a documentation of how over the course of however many months the family just died, fell apart, and all of their insides turned to liquid. It was like,
come on.
It's fucking gross. It's literally just like on a cellular level, just eviscerating you, and you can't even tell. That's a fun rabbit hole if you ever want to go down something.
The 3 most dangerous states in America.
You want to take a guess before they tell us? I'm gonna say states or I'm gonna
state. That's tough.
I'm gonna say Illinois maybe because I know Chicago's always bad. Maybe Maryland because Baltimore. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head what I've heard statistically.
Are you just thinking crime?
Yeah, I have no idea what the context is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to guess.
All right.
Number 3, Louisiana. Louisiana has consistently ranked among the states with higher crime rates.
There's crime,
including high rates of violent crimes like homicides and robberies. Poverty, a history of societal issues and challenges in the criminal justice system have contributed to the state's crime problems. It seems to be only getting worse for them. Make sure to stay for number, it will shock you. Number 2.
What?
New Mexico.
This is definitely AI generated, by the way. So many TikTok videos now are just like fact related and just being made with ChatGPT and AI bullshit.
Mexico is often ranked among the states with the highest crime rates.
Sorry.
Ranked among the states with
New Mexico.
I thought it said Mexico. I was like,
that's not in America.
Excuse me?
Highest crime rates, particularly regarding property crimes and violent offenses. Socioeconomic factors,
Walter White,
related problems, and gang activity contribute to the state's higher crime levels. Ever since the trouble at the border, it seems to have only gotten worse.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 1.
That's silly.
Alaska.
What's silly? Walter White?
Yeah, they had to put Walter White in there.
Whoa,
like a fictional character.
No, well, New Mexico is where that takes place. That's why.
Understand.
Albuquerque. Yeah. Alaska. I've actually heard this about Alaska, which is weird.
Alaska has consistently had one of the highest violent crime rates in the United States. Primarily due to its vast size and relatively small population.
That's what it is. So it's per capita, right? So it's like anytime a place like Alaska is so huge and there's not as many people, it's gonna kind of affect the statistics. So this to me was like a video like, okay, AI, I don't know what the stats are based on exactly, kind of nonsense TikTok. There's a million different variables that could change that statistic of what you consider the most dangerous place to live. There's dangerous cities in every state, put it that way.
For sure.
Oh, here we go. Most dangerous beaches in the world. Is Cape Cod gonna be one of them?
3 most dangerous beaches in the world. Number 3. Skeleton Beach.
Ooh.
This beach on the coast of Namibia is famous for being the home of shipwrecks. The waves have been known to be unfriendly, causing small ships problems. The place is also packed with wild animals waiting for their next meal. Number 2. Hanakapi Beach. This beach in Hawaii may look picturesque and beautiful, but it has a dark secret. The waves at this beach are strong small tides, which look safe, but can sweep people off their feet within seconds. This has caused nearly 300 people to drown on the shore. Number 1. Red Triangle. This beach in California is notoriously unsafe for any swimmers. This one beach alone accounts for 1/3 of all shark attacks in the world.
Really?
Ow, come on.
You're telling me one specific beach counts for
in
a
California, in the world? I feel like now you're just making shit up. I can't.
Like, who's gonna fact check that?
Not me, certainly, but I find that extremely hard to believe.
This is Dallol, one of the most toxic places on Earth. It is a hydrothermal region in Ethiopia's Danakil Desert.
Wow.
It is famous for its unique and otherworldly landscapes, which include vibrantly colored hot springs, acid pools, and salt formations. Dallol is one of the hottest places on Earth. It is located in the Danakil Depression, which is the lowest part of the desert. The daytime temperatures there can exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's like the Ethiopian version of Death Valley, it sounds like.
The region is mineral rich and home to a number of active volcanoes, which contributed to its distinctive geological.
What is that color, dude?
It takes roughly 3 days.
Melted nacho cheese.
Ethiopia is one of the most isolated.
It's called the Nacho Desert, and it's delicious.
Dallol is a well-liked tourist site for people interested in geology and extreme conditions.
Sure.
The area has also been declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Whatever that means. It takes 3 days to travel there. Put that on our vacation list, hon.
Do not go.
No, we're going to Dallol right after Cracolândia.
Only if they have nachos.
Only if I can eat the desert nachos. Oh, here you go. This is the place you'd love, hon. The coldest city on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
You and your little ass Raynon's hands.
The coldest city on Earth.
This song, this backing track
I know,
is literally...
it's outrageous.
This might have been the one I used for our pissing toilet seat video.
You think so?
I can't remember.
No.
No, I've used it. I've used it for TikTok.
Yakutsk is a city located in Russia's Siberia, and the average temperature during winter is -50 degrees.
Oh, that's
in
it?
this city, meat sticks to metal, and boiling water turns into snow. A banana can be used as a hammer. The coldest temperature ever recorded in Yakutsk was -67 degrees Celsius. Yakutsk is home to more than 300,000 people, mostly comprised of the indigenous Yakuts, who are a Turkic ethnic group.
Sounds like a place I'd love to go, but since my wife with the hands, I guess we can't. That's
It's
too bad.
not just my hands, it's also my feet.
Let's just go to Disney instead and go golfing. Yeah, all right. Right after we go to
Cracolândia.
Cracolândia, let's go! Top destination on our tourism travel must-do bucket list. Cracolândia, Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo? San Paulo?
Excuse you?
I don't know either. I do know one thing. I'm bringing crack.
I'd like to go on vacation.
Yeah. That's about all the dangerous places I can take.
Can we get a video of the safest places on Earth to visit? 'Cause
Yeah.
that sounds more up my speed.
One of the most dangerous places on Earth is going to be that bathroom after this video, if you'll excuse me. Let's get it popping. Thanks for joining us as always. Your time is appreciated, and we love you guys. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one. Peace.